And if you're not timely in those little fixes, you're not fixing anything. It's just a series of overcorrections, which will probably help you some, Mike, on your horse, getting control of those hind quarters. See? For example, even when you're just sitting there and you don't think you have a hell of a lot to do, there's quite a few ways of moving the hind quarters. Of course, the most basic way to be working your flexions and just bend his neck around and step over behind. We did that with the green colts right off when we first started riding them. But then, you might want to get to where you could roll them into that soft feel like this, and see if you could set those hind quarters over to your right like that. And no more than you asked, so that he quits when you stop asking. Or you'd roll him into some softness here and set him back over to the left. And boy, lots of that. And then you guys could get to where you'd think of trying to get it to go without your reins, knowing full well that he might want to step forward on you if you didn't use your reins. Well, you'll just be timely in blocking him if he does the wrong thing. What you think is wrong is not wrong to him. He's just going to explore. You just tell him that that's not what you had in mind. So if I put my leg back here, see him walk? I kind of made him do that so you can see the block. But I don't tear his head off if I blocked him. And let's just pretend he wasn't going to do it again. Let's say I was going to try to move his hind, and he did this. And I'd say, no, that wasn't it. And then first thing you know, you keep blocking that, and then you bring your leg in here, and he'd say, well, how about that? You pet him. You say, that was it. See? And it wouldn't matter how many times you'd have to ask. See? If I was going to go the other way, and he's going to do it right, so I'll have him do it wrong. If I was going to go the other way, and he misunderstood, and he said, I bet you wanted that. You just get a soft feel. Put him back, say, no, that's not what I had in mind. I'd say, well, but we're going to try again. That's what I had in mind. Then I just release and I'd pet him. First thing you know, he'd be dependable at that. You get that one thing right there, or two things. Soft feel moving the hind, no reins moving the hind. You shouldn't have any problems, you guys, picking up the proper lead on your horse the rest of your dang life. The leads are initiated from the hind quarters. You should have no problem the rest of your life getting that. So, and that's what I mean. You can arrange that horse. When I talked in the afternoon about feeling your horse at the walk or the trot, what lead he's on, well, that's how you influence the lead, is being able to tilt those hind quarters off that center line just a little bit. It doesn't have to be very far. If it's too far, then you're killing his engagement. You follow me, you guys? If you took it too far, you've taken his hind quarters offline. But if you could tilt that hind one way or the other, well, then you've got your lead. And it's like we were laughing about the other day when I said when it comes to loping a horse, that's why you do depositions, so you kind of know what the witnesses are going to say before you get to court. That's what I'm doing right there. I know that when I ask that question, I know the answer. That's a great way to be.